Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Creative Hands by Shay. So in today's tutorial, I will be making my version of the Taylor Swift dress. So I noticed that this dress has been blowing up quite well, and everyone seems to be doing their version of the dress. So today I will be doing my version. So I hope that you will love what you see and you will be able to make one of your own. So I will be doing step by step, and I will show you pictures of what it looks like and how I will be putting mine together. So guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you will love what you see and you will stay here with me. To my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much guys for always being here. So for this dress, you will only need 3 measurements. So all you have to do is measure across your shoulders, your arm length, and also the length of how long you want the dress to be. So I went ahead and I did 1 panel of the dress. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So this is actually the back panel, and I use soft colors to put it together. So I have this color here is the Cantaloupe. This one is the Bisque. So this is a shade of tan. This brown here is a chocolate brown, and I have this white here. So I will be showing you on the screen how to put your color combinations together so that you can follow along. So the next panel that I will be making is the front panels, which I will be actually changing the neckline of the dress. So I noticed that on Taylor's dress, she has like a round neckline. I will be doing like a V neckline with laces up in the front. So that's how I am going to do mine, and I will be showing you how to make the sleeve and so on. So stay tuned, watch till the end, so you'll be able to follow the same thing and make one of your own. So guys, let's jump in the video. So guys, I will be using a 6.5mm crochet hook because I am using all acrylic yarn to make this, which is the cheaper way to go. If you want to use cotton, you can go ahead and use cotton yarn, but cotton yarns tend to be more expensive, even the cotton blend one. So I will be doing using the acrylic yarn. So it's depending on what you want. You can use any size yarn to get your dress. So what you will do is you will start off with a foundation here. So I am going to show you how to do the foundation. So we're going to start off with the Cantaloupe color here, and then we're going to move on to the Bisque, and then the brown here, the chocolate. So this back panel here, I'm just going to do the measurement so you can see. So this is measured. So from here to here is measuring 23.5 inches wide, and that is wide enough for me because I don't want the dress to be tightly fitted. I want it to be loose, especially that it is acrylic yarn. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to be chaining. Let me just remove this. So for my foundation, I will be chaining 105. So once I am at my 105, I will meet back up with you. So guys, and now I have come to the end of making my 105 chains here. So I wanted to show you something again before I move on to my panel. So if you want to start the back panel, what you will do is you will do a total of 41 rows following the same color sequence here and ending up with 1 row of the Cantaloupe color. So I will be putting the sequence on the screen so you can follow along, and it's basically the same thing that I will be doing with this front panel here. So for the front panel, you will do a total of 20 rows for each side. So I am making the first side here, and then I will make the other side. So both panels will be on the back panel here, just like this, and then afterwards we will attach them. So remember, if you're starting with the back panel now, you will do a total of 41 rows following the same color sequence, and I will be putting that on the screen so you'll be able to follow along. So let's go into this part. So how you're going to start your foundation is you are going to yarn over, and you're going to count 1, 2, 3, going to the 4th stitch and make 1 double crochet, and that will be 2 double crochets there. You are going to go into the next stitch and make 1 more double crochet. You're going to chain 1, skip 1, and make 3 sets of double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, skip 1, make another set of 3 double crochet, and you're going to continue doing that until you get to the end, and I will meet you back there. So remember to chain 1 once you're done making your sets of 3 double crochet, skip 1, going to the next, and continue. So I'll see you at the end. So now I have reached to my last 4 stitches here, so you can see. Now I have my chain 1, and I'm going to skip this stitch and go into the next stitch and make 1 double crochet, into the next one, 1 double crochet, and the last one, 1 double crochet. So now we have completed our foundation here, and this is what it looks like. So now moving along, you are going to yarn over and make 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to chain up 4. You're going to go into this space here. You're going to yarn over, and you're going to make 3 double crochet there. So this chain 4 here counts as 1 double crochet and chain 1. So that's 2 and 3, chain 1, going to the next and make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and repeat the same thing, making 3 sets of double crochet. There it is. So just continue doing that same thing, and I will see you at the end. So guys, now I am almost at the end here, and I'm just going to make my 3 double crochet here. And then I'm going to chain 1 and into where you see these last 3 stitches here. So you're going to skip 1 and 2 and into this one here. So this is the one that we skip our chain 3. You're going to go on top of that stitch and you're going to yarn over and make 1 double crochet there. So there it is. So now our second row is completed. So now you're going to pull up on your yarn and you're going to cut the excess off. And now you're going to attach your next color, which is the tan or whatever color you're using. So just give that a tie just to make sure that it is secured. And I'm going to chain up 3. So remember we chained 4 here. Now we're chaining 3 here because we have a space to work in. So now you're going to turn your work and make 2 double crochet in that space. So our chain up 3 here counts as our first double crochet. You're going to chain 1, go into the next space, and repeat the same thing, making 3 double crochets into the space. So you're going to do 4 rows of this color, and then you're going to change. So you're just basically going to continue following the color sequence. So I will put that on the screen so you can follow, so you will know how much rows of each colors that you'll be doing, and you just basically repeat the same step. So I will be doing 20 rows, and then I will meet back up with you to do the last row, which will technically be 21. So you want to match this. So I am doing the front panel. So if you're doing the back panel, as I stated before, you will do a total of 41 rows. I am doing the front panel, and because I'm doing a V front, I am doing splitting the panels into 2. So one of the panel will be 20 and the other will be 21. So I am just going to continue doing that and work this up. Once I am at the end, I will meet back up with you. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my next panel here for the front. I'm just doing my last 3 double crochets here. And now I am just going to chain 1 and fasten off. And I have a total of 21 rows. So just as I stated before, one of the panels should have 20 and the other should have 21. So this is the one that I had did with the 21, and the other one, I actually finished that one as well. Let me just show you what it looks like. So there it is. I finish off with the brown here because this one is 20 and this one finish off with the white, so it will just go perfect when we're putting it together. So I went ahead and I cut my tail ends off. If you want to weave them in, you can, but it's gonna take a long time to do so. So I just decided that I'm just gonna give them a tie and cut them off. So that's what I did for all my panels. I cut off the tail end. So we are now going to lay this aside, and we're gonna move on to making the sleeve. So I went ahead and I made one of my sleeve, and this is what my sleeve looked like. So this is the length and the width there. So what I did was to I did 26 rows for the sleeve, and when you fold it into half like that, this is what it is. Hope you can see that well. And I went ahead also and I did some single crochets at the end here. So that's how we're going to finish off our sleeve. We're going to put single crochets at the end and also on the edges of the other panels. I will be showing you that later on, but I'm going to show you how to make the sleeve. So just as we did before, so for the sleeve, I went ahead and I did 61 chains, because that's the length that I want mine to be. If you want yours to be longer, then you can add more chains. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain up my 61 and I'll meet back up with you. And 61. So now I have come to the end of making my 61 chains, and you are going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, go into the next and make 1 double crochet. So that's 2 double crochet there. You're going to yarn over, going to the next and make another double crochet. So just as we did when we were making the panels, it's the same exact thing for the sleeve. So you're going to chain 1, yarn over, skip 1, going to the next and make 3 double crochet in separate stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So continue doing that and I'll see you at the end. So now I have come to my last 4 stitches here. I'm just going to chain 1, skip 1, and make 3 double crochet into the remaining stitches. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So there it is. Our foundation is now completed. And now moving forward, you're going to chain up 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is going to be our chain 1 plus the 3 is our double crochet. Yarn over, going to that space and make 3 double crochet. And as I stated before, you're just repeating what you did when you were making the panels, just that this one is a bit shorter. So just continue doing this and changing your color sequence just the same. So I will show it on the screen so you can follow along. So it's just the same as we did before. We start off with the Cantaloupe, then the Bisque, then these, and repeat. So continue doing that, making your 3 double crochet into each space and chaining your 1 until you get to the end. You should have a total of 26 rows. If you want your sleeve to be wider, then you can add more rows, but that's where I'm going to stop. And if you want it to be smaller, if you have a smaller arm, then you can do less rows. So you can measure it as you go along. So I will see you at the end of my 26 rows, guys. So guys, now I have come to my last part here. So I'm just going to make 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet in on top of our chain of 3 here. And that completes our row here for the sleeve. So I have a total of 20 rows. So I have 2 of this part here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm not going to fasten off there. So I am going to cut these off. I've already given them a good tie. Let me just tie it again to make sure that it is secured, because I will be working over them. I went ahead and I cut off most of them. As I stated before, you can weave these in, but because it is going to be too much work for me, I'm just tying them and cutting them off. So this is my right side. So you want to make sure that you are on your right side when you are doing your single crochets. So this is the top here. So now I'm going to chain 1. Let me just change my hook. And I'm going to go down to a smaller size hook. I'm going to go to a 4.5. And I'm going to chain 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to work inside of the stitch. So we're just basically going to put your hook inside of the stitch and make a single crochet. So we're doing 2 single crochet inside of the double crochet here. And then here. So it doesn't matter how much single crochets you make, as long as it is looking neat and tidy. Just go inside of the stitch and make your single crochets right across. There. So I'm going to go ahead and continue making my single crochets right across. Once I get here, I'm going to fasten off. And we're going to actually do this on all the edges, making single crochets. So I will meet you there. So guys, now I have come to my last stitch here. Make sure that you go directly into the end part here of our last stitch. There it is. And that completes this part. So when you fold your sleeve like this is what it's gonna look like. So now we're gonna fasten off and just continue to just give this a chain 1, and we can weave this tail end in when we're finished. So I'm just gonna lay this aside, and I'm gonna show you how to attach the yarn onto the other one. So I am going to always make sure that you are doing it on the right side and not on the left side, on the wrong side I should say. So this is my wrong side here, and this is my right side, and we're going to attach our yarn directly into the end part of this double crochet here. So we're going to go right here and attach our yarn, chain 1, give it a tie, and then continue making single crochets right across. And make sure your single crochets are close, and you can weave this tail end in as you go along. And don't make it don't make it like pull tight like that. Just make it at a moderate tension. So you don't want to make your sleeve looking all wonky. So take your time, go across, and make sure that the edge of your sleeve is nicely seamed down with the single crochet. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I will meet you back when I will be putting both panels together. So guys, now we are going to be working on both front panel here, and what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your panel is facing on the wrong side. So make sure that the wrong side is facing upward and the right side is on this side here. So what I did, I went ahead and I placed a stitch marker here because this is where we're going to stop when we join the front panels together. So this part is where we are going to do our lacing. So that's the open part there at the front of the dress. And what you're going to do is you are going to just pinch both panels together, and you are going to get your hook and your yarn. You can use a needle to sew this together, or you can use your hook. But I'm going to use the hook, so I'm using the 4.5. So I'm inserting my hook here. I'm going to give a chain 1, and I'm just going to give it a tie like with this one here. So now that I have done so, I am going to go into, I'm going to go underneath this chain 1 here, and make a slip stitch. We're going to go into the next stitch and make a slip stitch, into the next slip stitch, into the next slip stitch, and underneath that chain 1 you're going to do a single crochet, and you're basically just going to continue doing that right up until you get to the stitch marker, and then I will meet you back there. So where you have a chain 1, you will do a single crochet. Where you have the stitches, you will just do slip stitches. So I'll see you there. So guys, now I have come to the end part here, and I'm just going to do my last 2 stitch. So where I have my stitch marker, I'm going to finish off there. So I'm going to do my last slip stitch into that stitch. chain 1, and fasten off. So this is what it looks like on the wrong side, and on the right side this is what it looks like. So you see how neatly sewed that is, and there it is. That's the open part here at the top. So we'll be putting the lace into this part here to lace that part up. So what we're going to do now is we are going to be working on our sleeve. So I am just going to put this on the wrong side. I'm just going to show you from this angle here. And I'm going to get my next panel. So remember I was telling you to do your single crochet. So I did single crochet on one end of the back panel here. And we are going to turn this over on the wrong side. So how you're going to do it is that you are going to measure them up like this. You can use your stitch marker to help you out. So I'm just going to insert my stitch marker here and into the end part on the other side. Okay, so now that we have that together, we are going to get our sleeve, and you're going to put that also on the wrong side. And I'm just going to show you how to do it. So you're going to count how much stitches or how much cluster you have on the sleeve here, and you're going to make sure that it is even on both sides. So I'm just going to count here. So one, I'm not going to count these chain up 3 here. I'm just going to count the clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and this one here will be 14. So you will check for 7 on this side and then 7 on the other side. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our 7 stops here. So you're going to use your stitch marker. And you're going to mark this part here. My spacing is not so much, but I'm going to try my best to show you how to do it. And then you are going to count 7 on this side here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there it is. And then you're going to use your next stitch marker and mark the end of this cluster here. And then you're just going to fold your work up like this. And then you are going to do some whip stitches and sew the sleeve together onto the garment. So I am just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll meet up back with you. So guys, now I have come to my end part here. I'm just going to remove my stitch marker. Make sure that you don't lose your marking. And that's right there. So I'm just going to give it 2 more stitches just to make sure that it is secured. And there it is. So we are now finished sewing our sleeves on. So this is what it looks like. You can see that is well neatly sewed. And I did sew on the other side as well. This is the wrong side and this is the right side. So that is all neatly sewed. So we are now going to fold our dress in half. So you can see the sleeve. So the same thing that we did here when we're sewing this part here, you can also do that here, or you can use your hook to just do slip stitches down. Once you do your slip stitches down here, you will come right down and slip stitch, come straight down to the end of the dress here. So you will just slip stitch come straight down here, or you can whip stitch come down. So what you're gonna do is, I am just going to show you this part and then I will do my stitches down to close up that part there. So now we want to work on our necklining. So what we're going to do is we are going to whip stitch from here to this part here. So we're going to use our stitch marker. And we're going to stitch come right up. And on the other side, you are going to do the same thing. Just make sure that it is measured up properly. And you are going to stitch come right up to the next part there. So all you have to do is attach your needle. So I'll do that and I'll be back with you. So guys, this is what the necklining will look like. So you can see here, so I put my stitch marker on both sides here. So we will be sewing from the end of the sleeve here up to this part, and also on the same side up to this part. So you can measure yours to make sure that it is accurate for both sides. So I actually use the stitches here to mark where I will be stopping with stitching up my shoulder part here. So you can basically start anywhere. I am just going to go here and I'm going to insert my needle. Let me just take this tail end, put it on the inside, on the outside I should say, and we're going to basically go into these stitches here. Make sure that you are going into the corner part and back through, and basically just do the same thing. Just do some whip stitches through the stitches. So I am going to do that for this part here and for this part. I think I should change my color yarn here and use the same color that I use on the top here. So I'm just gonna remove that. So I'm gonna do that and I will meet you back once I am through. So guys, now I have come to the end here and I'm just gonna remove my stitch marker. And I'm just going to give it another sew and give it a tie so that it is secured, and then I'm just going to weave in a little part of it. So now that I've done so, now we have completed sewing up the top of the shoulder part there, and I'm just going to turn it over so you can see what it looks like now. So there it is. So that's the opening, and that shoulder part here, that part is all sewed up nicely there on the side as well. So I went ahead and I chained some chains here. So this is going to be the lace, and I did 130 chains. So we're going to lace that into this part here. But before we move on to that, we are going to now we're going to do the single crochet on the bottom part of the dress. So I went ahead and I stitched the sleeve up. So from the sleeve, go straight down to the side of the dress. I use my 4.5 millimeter crochet hook to do the stitching down here. So now we are going to work on the bottom part here, which we are going to attach our yarn, and I am going to use this color here to do it. I don't think I'm going to use the Cantaloupe. So I'm just going to insert my hook in exactly into the center of where we have our join in here, and we're going to attach our yarn there. Okay, now that I have done that, I'm just going to pull through. Chain one, give it a tie. Okay, I think I should just turn this over. I forgot to do that. So let me just turn over the dress and I'll be with you. So guys, now I am going to attach the yarn. So chain one. And I just wanted to show you how neatly sewed that is. So this is the right side here. So you can see that each cluster is lining up with each cluster. So now that we join our yarn, we are going to weave in this tail end as we go along. So we're going to chain one, and as we did before, you're going to do your single crochet in between the stitches and make sure that your single crochets are close to each other. There. Just go in between the stitches and make your single crochet. So I'm going to continue doing that right around, and I will meet you at the end. So guys, now I have come back to the end part here, and I'm just putting 3 single crochet into this space, and then I am going to slip stitch into our first single crochet. But you know what, I'm not going to slip stitch, I'm just going to cut it off, and I am going to attach it a better way. So I'm just going to pull up on this here. Okay, and now that I've done so, now I am going to go into these 2 loops, pull through, and then I am going to go into this loop on this side and down underneath here so that I get a nice clean finish. So you can see, you can just tug it a little bit so that it matches up with the remaining stitches. There it is. And then you can just go ahead and weave your tail end in. So just give it a few little stitches and basically put it anywhere you want to put it. Just going to give it one more and then fasten off. And basically our dress is now completed. This is the end, and this is how the tail end of the dress looks. So now I am just going to go ahead and put the lace in. So we're going to lace from the bottom up. And there it is, guys. So if you want to have it a little bit more where you have a little opening like this, you can just have it like that. But this is what the look is like, and the dress is now completed, guys. So I hope that you love this tutorial and you love the way how it turned out and you were able to make one of your own. So as I stated, this is my version of the Taylor Swift dress, and I hope that you love it. So guys, I do however recommend using a finger weight yarn to make this dress because it's gonna get really heavy if you use this same size yarn that I am using. You can use cotton or you can use acrylic, but use a finger weight yarn for the acrylic, and you can use a size 3 yarn for the cotton yarn, or as a light size 3. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, share, comment, tell me what you think. And again, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. And until next time, guys, bye.